Hey, break it
So
down for me.
yeah, so it's like, having like I always like stress like make sure you have enough money saved, right? And then another thing that I didn't say is um you can always start looking at which houses you're looking for, so you'll be able to know what range that house that you want is in,
Yeah, yeah,
because that will also help when you get your pre-approval. You'll be able to know I can afford this house
yeah,
or
yeah.
I can afford this house, right? So when you're going to actually look with the realtor, have your pre-approval letter, or at least be pre-approved for a loan, because
Mhm.
that speaks volumes to the seller that you're prepared. Okay, so um, hello everybody. Thank you so much for to Butterfly Ambassador Ministries with Jelissa. Thank you for having both myself and Tempest here. I'm going to introduce myself. My name is Cindy Brown, and I am a financial coach. And I was asked by Jelissa to just enter a few interview questions that both Tempest and I are going to do together. And it is your money and it is your goal. So,
Exactly,
you have to
exactly.
kind of be able to also, um, I guess, know how you want it to be laid out. Okay. So
Sure.
then the next question is, what are quick ways to get additional income? Any specifics for moms?
Got you. I kind of struggle with this question because as a mom, it's hard to do. You see all those like side hustle. You need a side hustle, but that side hustle is taking away time from my child. And like any mom doesn't want any time from their family, or even if you're in a relationship, that could get tough. Like when you're hustling so hard, but you don't have enough time in the day for anything. Like I have a business, right? And that takes a lot of time. Like literally how they say, oh, I work my 9 to 5 and then my 5 to 9. Mine be like, okay, well, once I get off at 5, I have to do dinner and bath time and hair. Well, I have a son, but I have to braid his hair. He has a huge afro. That's why I cut mine, because I said I can only do one head at a time. There's not enough time in the day. But you have to do all these things. So once bedtime comes for him or even my fiance, I'm still up until like 11 midnight trying to handle my business. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't have enough time for side hustles. I really don't. But my tip is like do things like cash back apps, something that's quick, easy. We talked about this on another Instagram live we did together. Check that out. That one is on Sydney's page.
Mm-hmm.
But we talk about ways to make additional income on Instagram. But yeah, so Fetch Rewards, Ibotta. I just learned about a new one, inboxdollars.com. I haven't checked that one out yet, but like it doesn't give you a lot of money, but it gives you something.
Right.
It's something is better than nothing.
Exactly.
For those that may have more time, maybe delivery services or surveys, you can always do those. But more specifically for moms, I just say find what you're passionate about and things that are good to leverage in your business.
Right.
Like, so if you're good with making crafts with your children, so while they're there doing some crafts, you could create some and sell them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, but I know it's tough as moms. We just don't want that time to slip away where we're struggling to even have time to spend with our family. So I get it. Yeah.
Yeah. So that like just offers a new perspective for me, because I'm not a mom yet, and I struggle with time with my business, my
Yeah.
job, being a wife,
Yeah. Yeah.
being and then just taking care of my household, and you know
That part. Oh goodness. Laundry never ends.
and so when it comes to side hustles or when it comes to earning extra income, I need something that's gonna like, which is why like investing is great for me because it does the job. Like,
Right. It doesn't.
like
Yeah.
let it do it for me. But like apps like, you mentioned like Fetch and Ibotta. Those are like my go-to
Yes,
because
girl.
I have to get groceries, I
Just scan the receipts.
right. So, we did that live with the Earn and Save challenge, and you put me on. You did. So I have been right. I've been using Fetch and Ibotta. Those are the two apps that we use. If you go on my Instagram page, you'll see there's a live that we talk about that.
Yeah.
And we also have like the referral links that you could use, and it's all on there as well.
And it gets you extra points. So what, I don't think I really explained it, but what Fetch and Ibotta are, they're cashback apps where you just scan your receipts and you get points towards gift cards. So that's Fetch. And Ibotta actually gives you like either cents or dollars based on the purchases that you make. And with the referral codes, we both have referral codes on our pages, but we'll provide those as well. You could get like up to $5 or $10. I don't even know. Like we would get some money, you would get some money, like, and just send them out to family members like, hey,
Yes.
just sign up, scan one receipt. I don't care if you use it no more, but listen, we're trying to save for Christmas over here with gift cards and trying to save for more groceries. Like every little bit helps.
Yeah, so I know right now we're doing the August Earn and Save challenge.
Yes, check it out.
And this is exactly how I was able to meet my goal for like 1 week early.
Yeah, $250.
Everybody that I knew my referral code.
I love it.
I'm like, I don't care if you're not going to shop, but I need you to create this account.
It's scan one receipt.
Thank God for loyal friends because they did. So I was so glad I was able to meet that right before like because I'm like, I'm just here Monday and Tuesday and I'm not gonna have time the rest of the week
to
make sure that I met that goal before this week, and I was able to. So definitely check out that challenge. You can see it. I think I have it on my page, and you have it in yours as well. And again, we're doing it for August, but you don't have to do it in August. So we give you like different suggestions as to like different kinds of things that you can like do to earn extra income. And with this challenge, you can earn up to $250.
Yeah, so check it out, definitely.
So definitely check it out. Okay, so then jumping into the next question is, what beneficial saving comes with budgeting and couponing? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
What benefits come with saving and budgeting and or couponing?
Okay. The benefits of budgeting is just knowing where your money is going. Because before, like, I was not able to save. But then once I started budgeting, I was able to save for a wedding, for college. And I'm like, how come I couldn't do this just a month ago? Like I was struggling. But the problem was all my money was in one account. So my shopping money, I would spend. And then when it came to saving or bills, or I was hustling backwards, like basically. So I turned it around. I would save first, pay my bills first. I always had money for those, and then allocate whatever was left to different categories. So I would set limits for those categories, and I started spending cash instead of swipe. So, because when I saw the cash go, I was like, okay, well, that's my limit for groceries. Oh, that's my limit for shopping. So that was how I was really able to save, because I was able to physically see where my money was going and for what I was spending money on. Yeah. Couponing alone, I would say, yeah, it saves you money. But if you're actually saving the money that you save, does that make sense? So like, say you said,
perfect.
Right.
Like you're right.
You got me. You got me. So say I use coupons, right? And I save $100 on my groceries. But if I go and blow that $100 at Target right after I went grocery shop, like what sense? That's not saving me any money. But if I invest or put that $100 in my savings account, oh, that's either going to make me more money through interest or through, investing. Like, it's going to help me reach my goals a lot faster. So
Exactly.
coupon can save you money if you're smart and doing the right things.
You're doing it right. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I completely agree. I will say that budgeting again, like I said before, it gives you that overview of your finances and just allows you to kind of like designate every dollar, right? To have an assignment for every dollar. Because like what you don't want to happen is to think, hey, I got extra money. No.
Mm-mm.
But did you put money in your savings? So
Right.
so like budgeting really, I think like, like how you said, hustling backwards, like budgeting helps you like realize how much money you wasted.
Yeah.
And helps you like plan to do better. Like it's not like when you budget, it's not because you're broke. You can budget because you're broke, but everybody should budget because you'll be able to see how much money you can save just by budgeting. You'll be able to see how much money you're like wasting. Like, you don't need to go to Target. It's your 5th time. Go home.
Right.
Speaking to myself.
Me too. Like, I went to Target for fun last week. I'm not even gonna lie.
I'm like, listen, you don't need to go to Target because Target tells you what to get. And
I
know. No, Target, you're not in my budget anymore.
Especially don't go with your child. He's 2. Like, literally, we were in the aisles and he said, Mommy, I want everything. I said, first of all, if you don't sit in that cart and close your eyes, you're not getting anything.
You need tunnel vision, baby.
Let me teach you now. Let me teach you. But then I definitely ended up buying him 2 toys that day. But it was in budget, okay? We were still in budget.
That matters, right? So yeah, so that's what budgeting does though. It gives you that freedom to know like, okay, I can still spend this and I won't be in the red. I won't be in the hole.
Right. That's the thing. Yeah. Yeah.
So that's what, for me personally, that's what budgeting did for me. Like I used to overdraft like it meant nothing. I used to plan with the overdraft.
Yeah. Oh, my next check will cover it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the fees add up.
Fees. And it's like, yeah, but then the fees and it's like, no.
Yeah.
How much money, like the banks make so much money off of just overdraft.
Definitely.
And so, I went on a little tangent there, but the point is to just like budget, like I don't even know how to explain it. Like it's great.
Okay.
It changed my life.
Come to the bright side, not the dark side, but the bright side. Come over. It's funny.
And as far as like with couponing, so I've seen the show like Extreme Couponers.
I want to be like that. Oh my god.
Kudos to them because I don't have time to do that.
I don't. It seems so fun though.
Like I've seen people come out with carts of groceries and they've only spent like $20. I would love to do that theoretically, like, in my head.
Yeah.
That's why I use Fetch and Ibotta.
Okay, yeah. They're easier, a lot easier.
Because that's my lane, right? And if you're able to like, get into couponing, go right ahead, like do it. I think like a lot of supermarkets send out, those little booklets with different coupons. Go ahead and get it. Another like coupon thing that I use that gives me like coupon codes is Retail Me Not.
Yes, I forgot about Retail Me Not. Yeah,
I love Retail Me Not. I'm in the cashier. Retail Me Not every time. So go ahead, use that too. But
go ahead.
No, go ahead. Sorry.
No, you're fine. Something else I was going to say too, when you were talking about like extreme couponing, it could be very overwhelming. Like I'm starting to get more in depth with couponing to the fact that I bought 2 newspapers the other week and I was sitting here clipping. They was everywhere. You got to remember expiration dates. It's a lot. It is. But what I do, I coupon for one like category.
Okay.
So like instead of couponing for household goods and groceries and clothes and whatever, I just coupon for household goods because
Okay.
those tend to be the most expensive things like laundry detergent, toilet paper, paper towels, deodorant, body wash. Those add up and they're expensive. And most of the time when we run out, we need it all at the same time. So I'm like, I budgeted $175 for groceries, but 100 of that was just paper towels, toilet tissue, deodorant. Like, what? What we gonna eat? So I started couponing, finding coupons just for those household items.
Mm-hmm.
And I go to the same store. I do it at Dollar General. I go to the same store because they have an app that makes it easy. You literally scan the product in the store with your phone and it shows you what coupons come up. So if I don't see any coupons for that item, I'll put it back until next week.
Right.
And they do like $5 off 25 on Saturdays. So if you spend at least 25, you get an extra 5. You just gotta
Okay.
find what works for you.
Yeah.
Because instead of doing that extreme couponing, I just stay in my lane, my little category, and I find coupons that way. Because it could be so overwhelming. So overwhelming.
I'm sure, because I was on the I think it was either Ibotta or Fetch, and I saw like something with Costco's. They had the toilet paper or paper towel. I saved that, and I needed to get that, and I went and got it, and I was so happy. Like
Yes,
I felt like I was
yes,
just an
cashback.
extreme couponer. Like I did something.
Girl, that was me the other day. I bought 4 body washes for 53 cents. Yes, that was me. I understand it.
Wow.
But how I do it, I don't necessarily find the coupons myself. I follow coupon pages on Instagram and they literally
Oh,
post like, hey, get this coupon and go to this store and buy this many and this is how much it'd be. I'd be like, okay, bet, we need that. I go to the store, I look on what the person said and I'm like, okay, they told me to buy 4. Okay. I'd be nervous though. I'd be like, is it really gonna work? Because I only got $1. She told me it was gonna be 53 cents. I only have $1. So if it's not, you're gonna have to put that back. I didn't
right.
I be in there nervous, sweating, like, coupon work.
Oh my
Jesus work.
goodness. Oh. No, that's funny, okay? But I feel like if you can coupon and also be able to save the money that you're saving through couponing, by all means do it. Like go ahead and do it. Make that money that you're saving useful, because who wouldn't want to have a $20 budget for groceries? I sure would. I would.
I wish.
So I think I'm gonna go ahead and follow those ladies on Instagram to get those plugs for sure. Yeah. So the next question is, how much money should people save up for home ownership? Define fees needed prior to purchase.
Yeah, thanks. I'm gonna let you take this one because I'm still renting right now. My desire is to be a homeowner one day. I think you might know a little bit more than me.
Yeah,
so let me take some notes. I'm ready.
Right, because I got a whole bunch now. But so for the home buying process, right? It's it can be an easy process, it could be a tedious process, just depending on the market. That's one. Like currently the market is crazy. It's crazy right now. So I always recommend to save at least 15% of the purchasing price. So if you are looking at $150,000 home, my advice would be have 15,000 saved. Now the $15,000 is not how much you should put down. It's how much you should have saved.
Gotcha.
Right? Because again, there are so many programs out there today that like accommodate like low to moderate income borrowers. And with those programs, I mean, you can put down like 3 to 5%. So that's right there. That is good. 5% of $150,000 is like $7,500. So that's why I say $15,000, 15% saved though, because the down payment is not the only thing you're paying.
Right.
A home. It is not. I repeat, it's not.
Let the people know.
Seriously. So again, another reason, even if you borrow with these programs, these like first home buyers programs that allow you to put money down at a lower percentage, the lower percentage you put down in down payment, the higher your interest, like the higher in interest that you're charged.
Yeah.
So even if you're asked to put 3 to 5% down, you can always put a little bit more. But again, that would also require you to save just a little bit more as well. So the money that you save, this 15%, at least that you're saving, would be able to cover your down payment, which is usually 3 to 20%. They don't usually charge you more than that unless, you're in the different types of home or different types of not properties, I'll say.
Okay.
So it's 3 to 5% of the home price, the home price is 3 to 5% for down payment. You have the appraisal fee, which it could range from $300 to $500. You have inspection fees, and those range again from $300. Usually it's like around $300. Then you also have the closing costs, which is the 2 to 5%. And so if you are purchasing a $150,000 home and you have $15,000 saved, you will have more than enough for all of those and any miscellaneous things that you'll need. Because moving into a home, you will have miscellaneous things that you need. Like it's just guaranteed. And so you also want to give yourself like some cushion room for that, right? Because when I think about like saving for a particular project or a particular thing, I don't just think to save exactly what I'm gonna need. I think a little more than what I'm gonna need that's gonna cover like, any cost. Because even after you buy the house, there's still some ongoing fees that you gotta pay. And so my thing is to always be prepared for the unknown.
Yeah, definitely.
Right? Because with home buying, there is like that process, it's bound to have something like unknown happen that you're gonna have to like, either come out of pocket for and etc. So like always be prepared for any of these. Now these costs or these fees that I've listed are typically like upfront before like when you've signed and yes. So when you sign, you put down the down payment. And then at closing, you're like, putting down the closing fee and et cetera. So again, just be prepared. And also like getting a good realtor, the realtor should be able to explain to you like the process. They should be able to tell you what you're doing. But also do your research, right? I mean, we have Google today. Google helps us with everything.
Everything.
So like talk to a realtor, make sure your realtor is like somebody that's on your side and not just trying to get their money, like making some money out of you. Make sure you have somebody that's going to guide you throughout this journey. Because again, it can be a long journey depending on, how the market is.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's
I learned a lot. Thank you, ma'am. I needed that.
And then I also say the ongoing fees, I'll list those. Those are like, and after you bought the house, after you signed, you got the keys, you got to pay. There's mortgage, of course, that you got to pay. You have your HOA fees, which are your homeowners association fees that you have to pay. You have property tax that you got to pay. You have to get homeowners insurance and the list goes on. You got to take care of like, again, homeowners association, you got to take care of your yard, make sure your like property is like up to the neighborhood standard. And property taxes, I mean, like for me personally, that's one of the factors into getting a house. Because like, down in North Carolina, you can get away with $2,000 purchase property tax. In New Jersey, it's impossible.
What?
It's impossible. If your property tax is $2,000, you in somewhere I prefer not to live.
Oh gosh, what? So I need to stay in North Carolina, in other words.
In other words,
What?
yeah. So like, just depending on like where you live or where you're from, where you're planning on buying, all of those numbers kind of play a role in it. Like I know I listed like one of the fees at $300. Depending on your state, it might be less or it might be more than that. So just like take those into consideration. I try to give like averages just to kind of prepare everybody. But
Gotcha. Understood. I'm gonna be calling you again. We already started like saving for all these costs, but like we're not ready yet.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna be calling you again.
Yeah. So a lot of people think like, I want to get a house. Like, yeah, it's cute, but it really isn't. Like, it's a responsibility.
And then maintenance and upkeep, you can't call the maintenance. Well, you can, but you got to research what maintenance company you're gonna go with,
Exactly.
and how much and the price, and you have to call and schedule all that, and you have to, yeah.
And you're coming out of pocket for all of that. Like
all of it.
That's why it's great to have insurance. I would say you have to have insurance on everything. You have to have insurance on your car, you got insurance on your house, get insurance on yourself.
Right.
Insurance.
Yeah.
I'm a big advocate on insurance. So if you can get insurance on your cell phone, you can get one on your house and on yourself.
Okay. Say that. Yes. Okay, I'm not gonna go on a tangent, but yes, I agree with that.
For sure.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so I'll let you go ahead and say anything you gotta say on that question.
No, because I was learning from that question. I was soaking in all the knowledge that I needed because we're currently renting, but we are saving to buy a home, hopefully in the next couple of years. So we'll see.
Yeah.
I'm just taking in the knowledge. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah, so definitely like, I mean, right. I'm at loss for words because people put like there's a big stigma on like having to be a homeowner, and a lot of people buy homes without being fully prepared for what that brings.
Oh yeah.
And like with me personally, I'm a numbers person. If the numbers don't make sense, we're not doing anything.
Right, break it down for me.
Yeah, so it's like, having like, I always like stress like make sure you have enough money saved, right? And then another thing that I didn't say is you can always start looking at which houses you're looking for, so you'll be able to know what range that house that you want is in. Because that will also help when you get your pre-approval. You'll be able to know, I can afford this house. Or I can't afford this house, right? So when you're going to actually look with the realtor, have your pre-approval letter, or at least be pre-approved for a loan, because that speaks volumes to the seller that you're prepared to buy it. In this market, don't buy no house because it's crazy. In today's market, it is, it's a seller's market rather than a market. And the market is just, it's not in the purchaser's favor at all.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but what that means, because maybe not everybody knows, is basically say, I've been doing my research. So. But say you have an apple usually costs you like $2, but before you could even like try to bid on that apple, like they bid on the houses, someone would be like, okay, I'll pay $20 for it. And you're like, but it's only worth $2. Right. Like, why are we giving them 20? So you don't even stand a chance at a regular normal bid because people are overbidding for these houses right now, and they are going in. Okay. And listen, if I don't have to pay $20 for an apple, I don't want to pay $20 for an apple.
Right, like I'm not paying $20 for Apple. Like
No.
impossible.
No.
I will wait for another Apple to come around.
Okay. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's definitely something I would say with that process. So I'll jump into the next question, which is, what are the best ways to maintain a good credit score?
Okay. Well, I kind of broke it down by what a credit score is made of, and it's made of a few factors. One being your payment history. So this does have a high impact on your credit. So payment history is simple. Pay your bills on time. Because you could fall behind on just a couple of bills and it will bring your credit score down.
Yeah.
Because it is a high impact. Number two would be credit card utilization, which also has a high impact on your score. It is good to use only 10% of your credit limits if you have a credit limit of 2,000 or less. The higher your limit, you could go up some, but typically you shouldn't go over 30% of your total credit card utilization.
Yeah.
And that's not per credit card. So it's not saying 10% for this card, 10% for that one. It's 10% in total of your credit limit. And that really being because just because you have a credit limit of what 7,000 for all your credit cards and loans and things, you shouldn't go out and use the total $7,000 because that doesn't show good money management.
Right.
Like, okay, now you're $7,000 in debt and you're only like, you know what I mean? And then it's going to take you a while to pay on it or what have you. Another impact would be derogatory marks, which has a high impact on your credit score as well. So that's like if you have anything in collections, things of that sort. Another one would be credit age that has a medium impact on your score, but it still affects it. So it's good to keep your oldest accounts, like even if you don't necessarily use this old credit card that you had since college, but it is what's giving you the credit age that you have now. So if you close that old card out, it may make your score drop a little bit because now your credit age isn't as old.
Right.
The total number of accounts you have or the like mix of credit you have, so credit card, loans, it's good to have a mixture of those on your credit, and that is a low impact on your score if I'm not low impact. And inquiries are also low impact. So what an inquiry is like, say you try to apply for a loan or a credit card, they're going to check your credit score and they're going to check your basically your finances and things and see if you're able to be a good lender to them. And that does affect your score, but it typically falls off after 2 years. So yeah, you have anything to say?
I mean, you just like hit it right on the nail. You did. Like you just said everything. What I'll just say, like again, with the credit score, so overall, I always tell like beginners, make sure to keep your utilization below 30%. Like don't spend more than 30% at all. Because again, if you have $1,000, we have 3 credit cards, they all add up to $1,000, only use $300. Because if you use 301, then you have like derogatory or negative marks going into your score. The next like thing that I would say is also to make your payments on time, because that also like shows good credit behavior. And also to remember that if you can't pay cash for it, you can't afford it.
That's it. You dropping all the gems. Like I'm loving it. That's it. Point blank period. Even if you use a credit card, even if you use a credit card, have the cash to pay that off. Right. Especially before you're charged the interest.
Exactly.
So you paying extra on it. Why?
Like you don't have to. So yeah, I always say that if you can't pay cash, you can't afford it. So as long as you have that, like keep that in mind, and that will right there, that'll just help you eliminate A lot of things.
A lot, a lot. I
Yeah.
do have one other thing. So if you have no credit or like a low credit limit, it'd be good to start out with maybe like a secured credit card.
Mhm.
And what that is when you basically give the credit card company money. So say $200 you give them, and then they open up a credit account for you for that $200. So then you use it responsibly over time, and then they'll change that secured credit card to an actual credit card and increase your limit. So they basically want to see, okay, do they know how to manage a credit line or a
Right.
credit card? Okay, now we feel safe and okay to give them more money because we
Right.
know they're going to pay us back. They're going to
Mhm.
pay us back on time, so that was how I started building my credit, because if you don't have any credit, it's kind of hard to get credit, if that makes sense. So I started out with the secured card. I put $200 down, and then I don't remember how long it took. Maybe within like 6 months, I ended up having a $500 limit. I
Yeah.
only gave them $200. So now it turned from that secured card to that regular credit card. And then I continued to get increases the more responsible I was with my credit. Yep. And then that opened opportunities to get more credit cards or more loans, and increase my credit score.
Exactly. See that right there. That's it. Like there's nothing else to say. That's it. Next question.
Yeah, next question. We're ready.
So the last question is, what financial services do we offer?
Got you. So I do offer budget consultations through my program called the Budget Bestie. You could find that on Instagram. There's a link in my bio for a form that you could fill out, and we could get together. And with that, it's a monthly subscription where we get together and we break down your budget, your goals, and we get you to where you need to be. I also sell budget products, so like budget binders, cash envelopes. I know we kind of touched on it a little bit about using cash.
Mhm.
It was so vital to my budget. So
Mhm.
I started with the zero-based budget and cash envelope system. So I sell products that kind of gear towards those systems.
Yeah.
So cash envelopes and binders, we make it cute and we make it fun to save money around here. Okay.
Yes. I love it. I love it. And I am a financial coach. And so I help individuals like create clear financial goals um, that essentially helps them to like pay off the debt, increase their cash flow, save money, and ultimately get on that road to achieving wealth. So like one of my biggest thing is like legacy. So like creating a legacy, and like I emphasize that legacy begins with you, the individual. So I kind of empower the people that I work with to, create that legacy for the next generation, and especially for moms, right? Like, so if you have your children, like just remember, like whatever everything that you're doing today is setting them up
Oh yeah.
for when they're adult. So like what can you do today to be like, so that they don't have to go through the things that you don't have to go through. And like that's really important for me, to be able to like break generational curses. And I want to also be able to empower other people to do the same thing. So
Yeah.
as far as
Love it.
services,
Love
I
it.
do like I have like financial coaching programs where, again, I work alongside of you, keep you accountable to just achieving your financial goals. So if you go into my website, which will be listed also in the description, um, you can schedule a free consultation and we can see if we're a good fit and just get started. And I would also like just direct you guys to our website again, or in our social media profiles, to kind of get more tips on finances. We give out free tips on our Instagram pages.
Yes.
I know Temp is here, has a YouTube page as well.
Oh yeah.
So I am so
Check
excited
it
for
out.
you.
Thank you. How did I forget about that? Just starting, guys. Definitely subscribe, like, and comment. Okay.
So yeah, subscribe to her page. She'll have like definitely like more tips on budgeting. Like your tips are so like friendly. They're like user friendly, right? So, like your
Yay.
everyday person can use it.
Mhm.
So I definitely would recommend you 1,000 times. So
Oh, thank you. And I recommend you all the time. You're my budget friend. Okay.
yes.
Shoot, I recommend you for myself. Let me go see what we need to talk about today. Let me see what tips I need today.
But no, so like this was great. Thank you so much for having us on here.
Yes,
And
thank you.
yeah, I look forward to doing more things with you again. I'm like, we keep on just collaborating and I love it.
That's God, okay? He just
Right. I'm
put
like,
us
I love
together for a reason. He knew we
yes.
needed each other. And thank you so much, Jelissa. It was very nice talking with you guys. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe on her page.
Like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you again.
Bye.
Bye.